If someone told you about a mysterious city in China with piles of foreign clothes selling for dirt cheap, absent of middle-aged women panic buying all the goods, then you'd probably assume it was some nonsensical legend. However, this city of clothing gold is not a myth. If you come to Jieshi City in China's southern Guangdong province, then you can find clothing costing less than a piece of paper. Jieshi is a city with a population of just 330,000. It's a quaint and lovely seaside town. The staples of the city are its fresh seafood coming from nearby ports and its massive clothing markets. It's believed that there are at least 10,000 families who have made their living in the past decade by selling to foreigners and other Chinese tourists. It seems that almost every family in this town is somehow involved in the clothing business, but somehow Jieshi City has been labeled as the village in the dumps. The less than stellar reputation isn't helping much by the labels given to their legendary low-price clothing, which some Chinese people call the garbage clothes. A recent investigation in 2012 by a Chinese reporter found that the market for clothing has developed into a wide-scale operation with a large number of participants. The foreign garbage clothes have benefited from the economy of scale due to a large number of participants. Local gangs have come to protect the market from exposure to media sources and curious outsiders, similar to a way they would protect one for drugs. The reporters went undercover as buyers of garbage clothes. They were immediately led by a man on a motorcycle to a delivery point. The motorcycle driver claimed that all kinds of fashionable clothes could be found in Jieshi's markets, most coming from fashionable hotspots like South Korea and France. The delivery spot was packed with garbage clothes piling up into hills of 70-80 clothing pieces, rarely with any two pieces identical to one another. The most notable similarity between individual pieces was the presence of at least one flaw, such as stains, unrecognizable trademarks, and tangy smells. Clothing peddlers argued that the pieces were quality goods, some of which were famous international brands. They said that the famous international brands were the best sellers, as long as the pieces were cleaned and ironed, and sometimes with a new logo sewn in. Then they could be sold as new clothes with a price ranging from a few dollars to hundreds of dollars. Most of the pieces were extremely cheap, whereas some went for 40 cents a piece. The profits earned can bring peddlers up to 1,000% of their original purchase price. Lower purchase prices can be negotiated on bulk purchases by peddlers if they manage to find room for larger inventory space. Don't go away, because up next we'll continue to explore the country's garbage clothes market. Stay tuned.